been a time for living. Take a chance and face the wind.
So welcome to the SuretyBonds.com Education Center. Today we are answering a question that we've been getting a lot of calls about and inquiries online, and that is this. I've had my surety bond for many years and now I'm being told I can't get approved. What should I do? Well, first of all, this is a common problem because there's a lot of new bonding requirements out there in the industry, and also underwriting guidelines are becoming a lot stricter in getting your surety bond. So that's why we're getting a lot of calls about it. You know, this could be happening to any bonded professional out there across the thousands of different types of surety bonds that exist. So don't feel like it's an attack on you personally or you did something wrong. Let's just look at a few reasons why these underwriting guidelines or new bonding requirements might be making it hard for you to get approved. First of all, credit score. Your personal credit score is going to get looked at when you're getting a surety bond. The underwriters are going to see, you know, where you fall in the different ranges, and right now their guidelines are stricter than they've been in the past. Same if you're getting a loan for a house or a car. That applies the same here with the surety bond. So has your personal credit score gone down in the past year? You know, maybe you have some open accounts that you didn't know about and that's driving down your credit score. That could be a reason why you're not getting approved. Number two, a loss of personal assets or business assets. You know, have your cash deposits gone down? You know, general financial health for you and or your business may make you more of a risk for a surety bond underwriter or an agency to get you approved. So that's another thing to look at. Another part of it is definitely the underwriting guidelines that are out there. They're just more strict across the board. You could have been bonded for 3-4 years, same bonding company, never had a problem, and now, you know, you're finding that you can't get approved, and that's why you're here watching this video and talking to us at SuretyBonds.com. So the last one I want to touch on is previous bond claims against you as a surety bond holder. You know, if claims been called in against you and your surety bond in the last year or two, you know, that track record is going to be on there when they're looking to approve you for year 4 or 5 or whatever you're at right now. So all of those things can come into play when they're underwriting your surety bond and deciding whether to approve you or not. So what can you do? Knowing all these things that might be affecting it, you know, what's your options? Well, our biggest thing to pass along is you probably need to talk to a nationwide bonding agency like a SuretyBonds.com or some of the other ones out there online. You know, check them out, see which one you want to work with, give them a call. Because those bonding agencies work with a lot more insurance carriers than the guy up the street who's probably not approving you. Regardless of who you're working with, actually, it's probably better just to give a call, see who else is out there, see who you can get approved with, and all those things. Like, if you're working with a guy up the street who, you know, works for an insurance agency, doesn't write a lot of bonds, he's going to be affected by all the insurance carriers out there that have minimums, agency minimums, with the surety bond providers. You know, a guy that only does a few bonds each year is not going to have as many contracts or as many contacts, let's say, to price out your surety bond against and to also find out who you can get approved with. You know, he's not going to be able to check it up against 20 different people and see if you can get your bond approved. So that's our biggest thing. Broaden your search, talk to more people. Don't just let one company or one agent tell you that you can't get approved, because there's likely an opportunity for you to still get your surety bond. Number two is this. If credit score is your problem, you need to be working with an agent who can write substandard business. Substandard carriers allow for people with credit problems to still get a surety bond. They just throw in some other requirements that may include a letter of credit, a personal promissory, or a cash collateral on your behalf to get your surety bond. But not all carriers, not all agents have access to substandard markets. So specifically ask for that. You'll sound like a pretty educated consumer to the salesman or the agent, and find out if they can check into those for you. Now, like I mentioned, some of those substandard carriers, the agents working with them are going to require you to do a little bit more to get your surety bond. It's kind of like an extra assurance that you're going to cover, you know, this guarantee. So I mentioned some of those things that they might require, one of which is a letter of credit. Now, a letter of credit is, you know, to kind of dumb it down, it's just a legal document that's going to be issued by a bank stating, you know, on your behalf that you're going to back up this relationship or this guarantee for your surety bond. The second thing that I mentioned was a personal promissory. Well, if a surety bond is specifically based on your business financials, like you're getting this for your company, and your business financials are, not up to snuff, we'll say, a little less than stellar at present, they may require you as the business owner to put a personal promissory on the surety bond. Again, this is when you're writing with substandard agents and carriers. And the last thing I mentioned was a cash collateral. Pretty straightforward there. You may be required to put cash up front, additional cash up front, not including your premium costs, to help you get your surety bond. Now this cash is usually just kept on hand, and if you have good behavior, or just kind of a year or two go by and you don't have claims against your bonds and things are looking all right, you can get that cash back. So does all this stuff help? Well, we think it can. If you look around, you broaden your search, talk to more people. Don't just listen to the guy up the street, the one agent writing for the insurance company that doesn't do a lot of bonds and who says you can't get qualified. There's definitely an opportunity out there for you to check out other markets and to talk to other agencies. It's not your fault that your bond isn't getting qualified. You're not being able to get approved for your bond at this time. It's just kind of the way the market's going right now. Things are getting stricter. So there you go. Keep following along with us here at SuretyBonds.com/edu in our education center. And we'll see you on our blog at SuretyBonds.com/blog. Later.